Hello, everyone. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda, G.I. Joe Skoda. Like my office, a boardroom. When's the last time that you were in a boardroom? It's been years since I've actually had to be in one of these when I had a real job. But I remember being the leader, and it took me a long time to get there, having about 10, 12 people working for me. And you're usually at the head of the table or sometimes in the middle so you can be ingrained a little bit better and hear people better. But you always ask questions. People are always watching you when you have to talk. Have you ever noticed that? You're always looking at the boss, and they kind of live in a fishbowl. If the leader makes any mistakes, everyone picks up on that. But when they do things well on a regular basis, it's almost like the same old norm, and too many people miss that. They just see what you've done wrong. So I've been asked over and over again, what are some of my, I don't know, values? Values. What are some of your values? Now, in the Air Force, we had certain values. They were called core values. It was integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all you do. And those are great values. Those are my Air Force values. Then I joined an organization called Toastmasters. And they added one more value that sometimes we overlook. So let's go over it real quick. We use the RISE principle in Toastmasters. Respect. Respect is one of the very first values in Toastmasters International. It should be one of your core values. So if you look at it, we have respect, regardless of who you are, up or down the chain. It doesn't matter the hierarchy. It's just mutual respect back and forth. And then that integrity thing again. Doing what's right when no one's even watching or paying attention, or even if they don't care. What does that mean? Integrity. You know what that means? It's not stealing from the office. You know what that means? It's like paying your bill. You know what that means? You're going to do something you say you're going to do, right? Integrity. And then that service thing, service before self. True leaders usually eat last. They usually leave the office late, and they usually come in early. Now, as you work your way up, sometimes you have to leave early or come in late because you're negotiating or networking somewhere, or quite frankly, you paid your dues. But paying your dues means coming in early, staying late, missing a lunch from time to time to get the job done. Understand, we may look at leaders, some of them as goofballs, some of them may not have good integrity. But boy, we want that service too. That's real important that they're doing the job they're getting paid to do. Service before self. But what about that other one? Excellence in all we do. Excellence in all we do. If we're to write a report, and sometimes there are deadlines, don't get me wrong, when there's deadline, sometimes often we have to rush it. But we're encouraged, or I encourage you to take the time and write a good report. Write something excellent. If you're an electrician, do a great job. Go above and beyond and clean up after yourself and label things if you can. If you're a mechanic, the same way. Show the customer what you've done to his or her car or truck or whatever it is, and go over it and help them learn about preventive maintenance so they don't have to come in over it. That's a little bit of excellence. We could do just a little bit more. Leaving our job better off than when we got there. We know what that's all about. People stepping up their game. Right now, in my Toastmasters club yesterday, this was actually yesterday, they asked me what were my 5 core values of life. Now, I gave you the 3 Air Force ones, respect, integrity, service, and excellence. I gave you the Toastmasters ones, which added respect, integrity, service, excellence, and all we do. And I had to think about this 5th one. And it didn't take me very long because we have a mission statement in Toastmasters and a lot of mission statements everywhere. But at the end of the mission statement, I always like to add something called and have fun. and have fun. That's one of my core values is having fun, not ridiculous fun. I mean, we all don't need a clown nose, even though sometimes it's warranted, a lot of fun to be around. And we all don't need a, whoop, I dropped it. Pick it up here, show you. A rubber chicken, I mean, a rubber ducky. Rubber duckies are fun too, but it's fun. We need to find a way that we find joy in our lives. And sometimes finding joy in our lives is helping other people find joy and happiness in theirs. When you can give someone a little extra time off from work, or maybe pick up the slack and help them finish their job on time so they can make it a very important appointment, or if you can give a pay raise, or even if you're the low guy at the totem pole, just so that you're happy to have a job and you're going to do what you can to make your company and your boss look good. Sure, we have a lot of scrubs as bosses and leaders out there. Sure, we have a lot of people who disrespect us. I get it. I encourage you today to take action to be different. Sure, you may get put down sometimes. Sure, you may be the only one who didn't get a promotion. Sure, people may overlook you on important projects. I know, I understand. I've been there. And it's not a happy place. It's not very happy when someone gets promoted when you're smarter than them, when you're working harder than them. And there is a good boy system somewheres and friendships and all these other things. Sure. But when we let that bitterness get the best of us, we let that bitterness control our lives, we let that woe is me pity party get inside of us, ingrained inside of us for just too long, be very miserable. And sometimes the one we're mad at, sometimes the one that made us bitter, sometimes the one that overlooked us, doesn't even know that's what they did. They didn't even know or understand why we're mad and upset. And that's something I have to bring up. If you're not telling someone why you're mad or upset, or why you thought you deserved a promotion, or why you think life's not fair, how are they going to know about it? You and I have no right to get angry and point fingers and screaming at someone when they don't even know why. And yes, like I said, life is not fair. And you may be the one getting promoted faster than your peers, and you wonder why some of your peers don't want to talk to you or hang out with you anymore. It's kind of a 2 or 3-way street. You know, the golden rule, do unto others as you hope they do to you. You know what I mean. What's fair is fair. Life will never be fair. Some people take shortcuts to get ahead, and sometimes it seems like they're on top of the world. But if you have faith in God and you have faith in yourself and your own abilities, you can overcome. Maybe you won't become a millionaire. Okay. You can still live a millionaire lifestyle. You can still live a semi-wealthy lifestyle. You can still be comfortable. I'm not a millionaire. I barely make 6 figures, but it's getting better. It's getting better all the time. And it's exciting because I remember making, well, $3.35 in my first job at FW Woolworths an hour. And then in the military, making 18,000 a year, then 25,000, and then all those kind of things. We know the economy's tough. And if you don't feel you're being treated fair and you feel like you deserve more income, to work on your self-worth. Work on your self-worth and your network. Because when you keep building up your knowledge, your experience, your training, education, wherever you get it from, then you're worth more. For you to be out of work for a year or 2 years because of the pandemic or whatever, enjoying the unemployment and expecting to go back to work and pick up where you left off at without doing a little extra during that time that you're away from your job, how dare you? How dare you expect to get treated better or at least the same that you did before. If someone else, another peer, someone that worked for you, it was taking classes, online classes in most cases, learning another skill, joining a Toastmasters club to develop self-confidence, leadership, and communication. In many cases, they deserved a promotion. In a lot of cases, they deserved the job. But we need to stop pointing fingers and figure out what our own core values really are. Think about it. A lot of us want to point and say, woe is me, and they did me wrong, and I deserve better. Probably do. But how many of us are getting paid what we really deserve? Too many of us are getting overpaid because we don't work hard enough to deserve what we're already making. Now, I know I was looking for work for a long time, and it didn't happen, but it forced me to learn a new skill and start a business. And years later, Toastmasters Club and networking and some other things I was able to get involved with helped me develop confidence to do short videos, helped me to do confidence to speak in front of large crowds, gave me the confidence to walk into a boardroom without even knowing what they're talking about and still feel comfortable enough to have a conversation. Isn't that what we all want? To feel comfortable enough to have that conversation. We need to stop blaming others if we're not where we want to be. And start here, everybody. Start here, he and she, or you know what I'm talking about. And stop falling down for these, you're either male or female, period. That's the way we're born. God decided what we're going to be. Stop falling into this, the way the world's going right now. Sin is sin. Sin is sin. It's in your Bible. 10 Commandments haven't changed. Now, it's funny, I used to watch the Monty Python movies back in, I don't know, 70s or 80s, still when I see it from time to time. And they had this one series, I don't remember, I think it's History of the World Part 1, History of the World Part 2. And I just remember one of those where I don't know if the character was supposed to be Moses or something else, but I think it's Monty Python, and he held 3 tablets. You know, the 10 Commandments, just 5 on tablet, 5 on the other tablet, 5 on the third tablet. That would have been 15 commandments. And he's running out there holding these tablets. There's 15 commandments, and boom, he drops one. It must have been heavy tablets back then. So he switched it. 10 commandments, 10 commandments. You know, sometimes we just don't know what we don't know. And sure, church is right here. Don't get me wrong. And you need to have a relationship with God Almighty. But anytime 2 or more people come together in his name, that's where the real stuff happens. That's where the real, not dreams, but miracles start. Don't say, what was me? I don't need to go to church. I don't have to do this or that. Stop that nonsense. Just like you want to get a pay raise, but you won't do anything extra for it. Stop that ridiculous thinking. All right, let's go back to what this is about. Our 5 core values, my 5 core values. And I started with the Air Force. It was integrity first, service and everything you do, and excellence. Well, excellence in everything you do, service before self. I'm already getting mixed up. And then we had the Toastmasters, where we still have the integrity, very important, of course. We have the service before self and the excellence in all we do. We should always do that. But we have that other caveat called respect. Respect, even if someone doesn't go to church, or if they do and they smell like alcohol and cigarettes, who cares? They're trying to better themselves. Why can't we try to constantly better each other? We better each other by bettering ourselves first, and then we're a better example for everyone else. And that touches on my 5th core value, is do something where you can put a smile on someone's face. Act a certain way that makes someone else happy. And the more happiness in the world, the more that we can support each other in our own visions and and goals, and we can support others accomplishing what they want in life. Instead of pointing fingers like, why did you get a job, or why did you go back to school, or how come you didn't study entrepreneurship? We can have a little compassion and empathy, but don't make excuses for other people. Today is a new day from yesterday. Tomorrow will be a new day from today. Every day we have a chance to learn something new. Every day we have a chance to take a different fork in the road, right? But go left or right. Every day we have an opportunity to better ourselves. Make today one of those days that you can better yourself. Toastmasters, quite frankly, is the easiest. Roughly $45 to $55 every 6 months. The education is phenomenal. But like this organization, or being a welder, or being in the Air Force, or in a boardroom, you only get out of it what you're able and willing to put in. I hired a coach years ago, spent $15,000. That was using my credit card. I didn't have all that money. But in the first, I was a good student the first month or so, and then I got distracted. So the first month or so, I was starting to develop my brand, start to develop a couple clients, and I got a little distracted. Guess what? Those clients left me. My brand was kind of shaky for a while. Then I had to get back in the game and put the effort in so I can recap on those benefits. How are you going to reap what you sow if you don't sow something? Here it is one more time. Respect everyone, respect everyone, respect everyone. Integrity first. Integrity first. Service before self. Excellence in all you do. And find a way to keep that joy and humor inside and put a smile on someone's face. Well, there it is, everyone. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda, in the boardroom with Dr. Skoda, whatever it is. You and I can be honest with each other now. Let's do the best we can. We only have one life to live. Make it count. And more importantly, make a difference in this world. Have yourself a great day. Subscribe to social media shows and subscribe to josephskoda.com. We're all over the place. Vimeo, YouTube, Facebook pages, over and over again. We appreciate your support. If you have any special topics you want to hear, please reach out. Let me know. I'll see what I can do. Have a great day once again, and make a difference. Bye now. Ooh. If you liked our show, please subscribe to